Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now. Let's talk about something that's been buzzing around the NFL circles lately, and it's got everyone talking about the future of the Green Bay Packers and their quest for another Super Bowl. It's a story that involves some of the most intriguing moves happening right now in the league, and it centers around the Las Vegas Raiders, a team that's been struggling to find its footing early this season. But what's really catching fire is the rumor that the Raiders are entertaining offers to trade their pass rush phenom, Max Crosby, and that this could happen before the November 4th deadline. Just think about that for a second. Crosby, one of the most electrifying edge rushers in the NFL today, potentially changing teams mid-season. And the team that's now linked to him, that's right, the Green Bay Packers. So what's driving this move? Well, the Raiders, after a shaky start to the season with a 1-1 record through September 15, are reportedly looking to rebuild. They're in a grim situation financially, with just $76 million in cap space, and their defense has been giving up 24.5 points per game, which is just not good enough in today's NFL. The pressure to make some moves is mounting, and trading Crosby seems like a way to get some draft capital and reset their roster. According to sources close to the situation, the Raiders are open to sending Crosby to Green Bay for a first-round pick in 2026 and a Day 2 swap. That's a hefty price tag, but it makes sense when you consider what Crosby brings to the table. Now, let's take a closer look at Crosby himself, because this isn't just any ordinary player. Max Crosby, standing 6'5" and weighing about 255 pounds, is a wrecking ball on the edge. He's a player who combines fury and finesse in a way that's rare in today's game. Despite dealing with a minor wrist injury from Week 1, Crosby has still managed to rack up serious numbers. In just 2 games through September 15, he's recorded 6 tackles, including 4 solo tackles, and he's already logged 1 sack, 2 quarterback hits, and a forced fumble. That's impressive production for such a short span, especially considering he's been playing through some pain. And if you look at his career numbers, Crosby is a true force. Over 74 games, he's accumulated 389 tackles, 61 sacks, 11 forced fumbles, and 27 pass deflections. His ability to disrupt the pocket and make plays in crucial moments is what makes him a top-tier edge rusher. The analytics back this up, too. PFF has recently given Crosby an overall grade of 91.5, placing him among the top 5 edge rushers in the league. His pass rush win rate of 88.2% puts him 3rd in the NFL, and his run defense grade of 82.4 shows he's not just a pass rusher, he can hold his ground against the run as well. Plus, his EPA per pass rush is +2.3, which indicates he's making a tangible difference on the field. His yards after contact, YAC, forced of -1.8 yards showcases his ability to bring down ball carriers quickly, and his pressure rate of 14.2% is well above league average by over 5 points, making him a constant threat to opposing quarterbacks. The Raiders' reasoning for potentially trading Crosby is clear: they're in a rebuild mode. Their offense, led by quarterback Aidan O'Connell, has struggled with a completion percentage of just 58.3% under pressure, and their offensive line has been a sieve, demanding draft capital that they simply don't have right now. With only $76 million in cap space, they're faced with difficult decisions. Trading Crosby before the deadline would allow them to recoup some of that draft capital and focus on a longer-term rebuild. It's a tough pill to swallow for Raider fans, especially considering Crosby's status as an All-Pro. But sometimes, in the NFL, you have to make these hard choices when the future of the franchise is at stake. But now, let's shift gears and focus on the Green Bay Packers, a team that's been quietly building momentum this season. After a 2-1 start, the Packers are showing signs of a squad that's ready to contend. They've managed to get off to a solid start, and with their cap space sitting at around $11.8 million, they have some flexibility to make impactful moves. the potential acquisition of Crosby could be a game changer for their defense, which has been giving up 21 points a game. Not terrible, but certainly an area for improvement if they want to make a serious playoff push. Crosby, with his quickness and relentless motor, could serve as the perfect complement to Ration Gary on the edge, creating a nightmare scenario for opposing offensive lines. Imagine Crosby lining up on one side of the defensive line, with Gary on the other, both capable of collapsing pockets and forcing turnovers. Their combined pressure would force quarterbacks into making mistakes, leading to more sacks, more turnovers, and ultimately more wins. Crosby's ability to generate pressure, averaging 2.4 yards per route collapse, is a significant upgrade over current options like Preston Smith, who averages just 1 yards. When you add Crosby's presence to a defense that's already performing well, ranking among the top 3 in DVOA, you're looking at a unit that could dominate the NFC. And let's not forget how this could impact the offense. With Crosby in the fold, Jordan Love could benefit immensely. The Packers' quarterback has faced pressure on nearly 2 fewer throws per game with Crosby on the field, which translates into a more efficient passing game, especially deep down the field. The deep ball EPA has increased by 18%, meaning the offense can take more shots and stretch defenses out. This kind of boost could be the difference in tight games and help the Packers secure a playoff spot. Now, speaking about the bigger picture, the NFL landscape is shifting. The Green Bay Packers, once perennial contenders, seem poised to make a serious run this season, especially if they add a player of Crosby's caliber. His presence on the defensive line could vault the Packers from a good team to a great one, and if they manage to secure him before the deadline, it could set the stage for a deep playoff run. Betting odds reflect this, with the Packers currently at plus 800 to win the Super Bowl. But if Crosby joins the fold, those odds could shorten dramatically, perhaps to plus 400 or better. In fact, his addition could make them NFC playoff favorites, particularly because edge rushers who win 72% of third-down battles are game changers, especially in the playoffs when every possession counts. And think about the impact Crosby could have in Lambeau Field's frozen tundra. His aggressive style and ability to generate relentless pressure could become a staple of the Packers' identity this season. The combination of his pass-rushing prowess and the Packers' solid secondary could create a formidable defense that strikes fear into the hearts of opponents. Crosby's projected 14 sacks and 60 stops this season aren't just numbers. They're a sign that he could be the missing piece for a team aiming for Lombardi glory. In the grand tradition of Packers legends, a player like Crosby could ignite a new era of dominance, echoing the great defenses of the past, and maybe even help the team recapture that Super Bowl magic. Now, let's put it all together. The NFL is unpredictable, and moves like these can redefine a team's trajectory in just a matter of weeks. If the Packers manage to acquire Crosby, it's not just about upgrading the roster. It's about sending a message to the entire league that Green Bay isn't here to just compete, they're here to dominate. With Crosby, the defense becomes a true weapon, and the offense benefits from having more time and space to operate. The division could be shaken up, and the NFC landscape might never look the same. And looking back at the history of the Packers, it's clear that making bold moves has always been part of their DNA. From the days of Lombardi to recent Super Bowl victories, the franchise has thrived on strategic decisions and clutch performances. Adding a player like Crosby would fit perfectly into that legacy, giving the Packers that extra edge needed to chase another Lombardi trophy. It's exciting to think about how this story might unfold. Will the Raiders pull the trigger and send Crosby to Green Bay? If they do, it could be the start of a new chapter for the Packers, one filled with hope, intensity, and ultimately Super Bowl aspirations. So as we wait for the trade deadline to approach, all eyes are on Green Bay and Las Vegas. The potential acquisition of Max Crosby could redefine the NFC North, reshape the Packers season, and set the NFL world abuzz. It's a move that fans of the Packers should be watching closely, because it's not just about adding a star, it's about transforming a team into a powerhouse. Keep your eyes peeled, stay tuned for updates, and remember, in the NFL, it's never boring when star players might change hands, especially when it involves a player of Crosby's caliber. And as always, I'll be here bringing you the latest insights, analysis, and breaking news about your Green Bay Packers. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.